at the expense of saying my truth as a female DJ, you're always just like conscious of like not wanting to continue to fuel men into like feeling like separated. And actually your question's really important because we kind of need you guys. Do you know what I mean? We need you. You're essentially, and I think that's why we went with the male manager originally, because to us it was like, you're who the world listens to. We kind of need a man in our team, obviously. And I think speaking out a lot more about certain things, and there's actually a lot of men that kind of like combat the comments, and it's really, really refreshing to see. And I'm not saying you need to go on all of our TikToks and make a burner account and, you know, reply to everybody, but just like being as equally vocal about certain things. I think especially within electronic music in the last 6 months, there's been a lot of abusers that's been coming out, and a lot of women coming forward and telling their reality of certain men within the electronic music industry that have been abusing them. And I think it's a real danger that not enough men speak out about that, because it feels obvious that women would. It feels obvious that women would support other women. Whereas actually, I saw a lot of female male DJs posting about a particular instance with a DJ that's come out as an abuser, and that to me was really refreshing to see. And it should be a given, but it's not really something that you see a lot of. And I think just like, being vocal, giving women their space, not making us feel like lesser, making us feel equal, and just being conscious of that. And especially like as a DJ, if you're a male DJ, like playing either before or after a woman, there are just little things, I think, of just like, sometimes male DJs can really like monopolize the decks, and it's like they really want to like it's almost like they have a point to prove. They always want to like show off, or it's difficult to articulate because sometimes it's just an energy, and I just think sometimes just being aware of that is enough. If that makes any sense, it might not actually have to be something you actively have to do. I think it's just having a greater consciousness about the fact that ultimately a lot of women within the music industry, and particularly within electronic music, are subject to more abuse, are subject to more hatred, are subject to, you know, having uncomfortable experiences at sets. My first ever DJ set, I was sexually assaulted by the promoter. One of us was sexually assaulted at our own headline show by the security guard. And I think if the men around us had a consciousness that that was happening, I think that's the issue. I think a lot of men don't realise that. And I think for a lot of men, it isn't your reality. So why would you? And I think actually listening, just like the way you're doing now and asking those questions, is probably the first stepping stone into like eradicating that kind of imbalance, I guess.